Thank you so much for listening to Urbanistica podcast. I am Mustafa Sherif, an urban planner, and you're more than welcome to join my big journey of exploring the making of smarter and more livable cities. Please don't forget to follow Urbanistica on the different social media platforms, and also let's connect on LinkedIn. Big thanks to Urbanistica podcast partner, AFRI. AFRI is an international engineering and design company providing sustainable solutions in the fields of energy, industry, and infrastructure. Are you ready for a new episode? Let's go for it.
Thank you so much for listening to Urbanistica podcast. You are listening to episode number 200. We made it. Thank you so much again. You are a main part of this podcast. Without you, this podcast is nothing. So thank you so much for listening. I will be more than happy if you're listening to this podcast from an iOS device. Please just scroll down and rate the podcast. Give us a 5-star and just write something. So you help us to spread the podcast and also the interesting topics. In this episode, I will focus on a very important topic. I will focus on the newly graduated students. Last time I recorded a podcast episode and my guest, he'd be like, the new generation, the lost generation, they will not find a job because of the pandemic and so on. And it's a kind of true because I'm receiving so many messages on LinkedIn, on Instagram, students writing, "Hey Mustafa, how are you doing? Please, can you help me to find a job?" And of course, it's tough. What I can help with is giving an advice and guiding somehow these students to find the job because, let's be honest, the market is very tough. And I saw it in my eyes, professional architects losing their job, especially here in Stockholm because of the COVID. So it's very, very, very difficult for the new graduated student to find a job, but it's not impossible. And this is what I want to say in this particular episode. It's not impossible. You can absolutely do it. There's nothing impossible. So, but you just need to know the market, to be proactive, to be creative, because the competition is already very it's very tough now to get a job. So in this episode, I will divide it to 2 parts. The first part is going to be to you if you're studying or even you're looking for a job, newly graduated student. And the second part is for us professionals that already have a job. How can we help students to find a job or internship and so on? So let's start with the first part. If you're studying now or you graduated and looking for a job, the absolutely first thing you need to do is to fix your LinkedIn, to create a LinkedIn profile and to make it look good, because this is your image online, when companies, not all of companies of course, but the majority of companies, when they see your names, they don't write it on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat. They go to LinkedIn and type your name there and see if you exist. Because as I told you, the competition is very high. So what they do, they want professional people. A way to show that you're professional and you're ready to work and you're proactive and you're creative is to have a LinkedIn profile, and not only register your own LinkedIn and that's it. You need to fix your profile. So your profile should look very good, very professional, because there is no point if you have LinkedIn but you're not there. It's you open a store and then you close the door, So there is no point of this. If you're on LinkedIn, fix your profile, make it look very good, write about yourself, write about your skills. So when companies write your name, they see, oh wow, this person is very know the game, And when you are on LinkedIn, doesn't mean you need to do thousands of things, experience, You're a student. They don't really expect from you so much experience. They just want to see you. What did you study? If you did something else during your studies, or skills, language, softwares, and so on. They just want to know more about you. Instead of it's pre-calling you. Instead of calling you to ask you, they just do a pre-research about you. So it's very important that you have a LinkedIn. And if you want to fix your LinkedIn and make it look cool, you can just like go on my LinkedIn, because I spent hours and hours and hours watching YouTube videos, asking professional companies, which like niched on LinkedIn, asking them, how do I create a good LinkedIn profile, a professional LinkedIn profile? So just go on my LinkedIn profile and just look how like you will recognize like the pattern, what you need to write, what you need to focus on, the way you need to write, and so on. It's not easy. It's just like needs a bit of time, so you can like just make it look good and professional. After you fix your LinkedIn, also connect with people in your field. Let's say like I'm an architect student, okay? Let's say I'm an architect student and I am studying in Copenhagen or Stockholm or like Valencia. Go on LinkedIn and type architects and make the location Valencia or Spain or Sweden, like the country you're there or you want to find a job. And then connect with the architects there, you know? And that's how you start networking, because everybody starts with 0 followers. Everybody, like me, you, Bill Gates, everybody. But then it's about networking, how you network. And keep in mind that LinkedIn is not Facebook. You can connect with everybody. In Facebook, we're almost like, we need to know the other person, and then we send like a friend request or we add this person. But on LinkedIn, it's about networking. So like one of the main points is that you don't know the other person, but you show some interest. Like the other person is an architect and you'll be like, oh wow, this is interesting. I want to connect with this person. So maybe I can find internship or a job, or like just follow this person and get inspired. So just click on connect. You don't need to know the person, but you're interested in what this person do. So what I like did in past in time, when I graduated, I connected with many people here in Stockholm, in Sweden, in Copenhagen, because I was looking for a job there. And that's how you start with them. You connect with them first. You like what they publish. Maybe you comment, and you also, from your side, like you can also publish something like a project that you liked. Just publish it, copy the link, paste it, and write something interesting. It's like about creating a value, you know? And I know we are all like, you're all students. And some of you say, oh, but I don't have a content. Yes, that's very true. But what you can do is that you can reflect about some project, share what the values that you believe in. So you become more active. And by time, when you practice this, you become a master. Remember, practice make perfect. So this is like your absolutely key to find a job nowadays, because I will be honest with you, emailing, like, I think you know, like emailing info at xarchitecturestudios.sc or .com will not help you. I don't think they look at the emails at all. So like emailing info, applying online for like jobs is not really your main chance to get a job. Your main chance to get a job is LinkedIn. Being there, being active, being creative, connect to architects, planners, like people from your field. Because when you connect with them, after a while, you send them a text message. You send them, hey, I'm let's say I'm Mustafa, and I am looking for a job. What is your advice? You know, please don't write like a thesis when you send a message, because people don't have time, you know. They when they see like so much text, they just like delete the message or just skip it. So just be kind, be friendly. Don't send like a very long text message. Few words is enough. You don't need to explain so much about yourself because it's on your LinkedIn. The person will click on your profile and read more about you before maybe they answer you. So that's why you need a very fixed and good looking LinkedIn profile with details and so on. When they see you professional, they will be more willing to talk to you, because especially now during the pandemic, the companies are very selective because they don't want to waste money. And how will they know if you're like good? One way of you showing them that you're like professional is by having a professional profile. And then this leads maybe to an interview, you show your portfolio and so on. And by the way, it's always a great idea that you upload like your CV, your portfolio on Dropbox or another like link, and then link it to your LinkedIn. So You can have, if you are interested to see my portfolio, click here, So you have everything served on the table, so they don't need to ask you. Always be proactive and serve them with the needed information. So I will say, like, your key to get a job is being on LinkedIn and being very active. Don't be there don't just create profile, don't just watch what people post. Interact with them, connect with them, and just be active, because if you want to get a job and be part of this community, like the professionals, you need to be part of the network. And that's how you come closer to them. Because if they don't see you, how will they know about you? How they will know that you exist? But if they see you interacting, if they see you like publishing things, slowly, by time they will say, okay, this is very interesting person. This person have a big mission and want to contribute to this planet. It will be like interesting to talk with this person. And this is actually based on my own experience, to be honest. When I graduated, I applied to 100, I don't remember exactly, 130 or 150 companies in Sweden, Denmark, I think Norway as well. I was hoping to get something. I didn't have like a good LinkedIn profile. I will be honest with you. I just created a profile and like a random picture and add my education at KTH, urban planner, and that's it. Like my profile sucks, like literally sucks. So I applied and like I didn't get any answer, and I was super sad. Like it was very sad for me. Like because I thought I was like so cool student. But like when it comes to reality, the market, nobody listened actually. Even if I had like a fancy portfolio, good projects and so on. But then I saw the LinkedIn, I watched YouTube, like I Google how to find the job. And then everybody is saying LinkedIn. And that's why I'm telling you as well, because it is the secret. It is the easiest way to find the job is LinkedIn. Now it's like expanding, it's just like TikTok when it's come to like these quick videos, coaching, entertainments, fun, The other side, when it comes to business, it's LinkedIn. It's expanding, and the algorithm helps so much to spread your whatever you do there. So when I fixed my LinkedIn, I have I got so many different options. I got so many different collaborations. Even now, like many people reaching out to me, hey Mustafa, would you like to do this? Would you like to be an ambassador for us? We pay you so much. Would you like to record an episode? We pay you so much. Would you like to work with us? We pay you so much. This is happening not only because I have a good LinkedIn profile, because also like I worked, of course. But main part of this is I communicate what I'm doing on LinkedIn. Because the LinkedIn is the market, The LinkedIn is the public square when people listen to you, but now it's digitally. And that's how you tell a story about yourself and tell where you want to be. So again, like I think I said this 1,000th time, LinkedIn. I will keep saying it as well. Go on YouTube, like first go on my profile, do it, copy paste like the structure. And if you want to know more, just Google on how to fix a profile on LinkedIn, how to be good on LinkedIn. And that's how. And very, very important thing is that you need to spend time on the platform. Don't expect people will write you and you will get a job if you're not there and spending time and learning the game of LinkedIn, It's just like how we did it when we learned Instagram or TikTok or Clubhouse. We spent time, we learned the game, we learned the rules, and then we became part of it. Same thing like when you play a PlayStation game, I don't know, maybe you play on Xbox or you don't play. When you play a game, you spend time learning how this game is working. And that's how you pass the different levels. Same thing on LinkedIn. You need to really put time there to learn. I know it's LinkedIn looks very, awful for some people. They'll be like, oh, this application is very stupid, not user friendly. I understand. Okay, it's fine. But it's your way to get a job. Imagine that. If it's your way to get your dream job, just like how I got my dream job. It's because of LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is the key. Yeah. And then like when I guess you will have to do a CV as well. There are thousands of templates just on YouTube. write, like get a template. They explain how you do it. Motivation letter is very important thing. Don't write so long letters. People like really not willing to read so many long motivation letters. Like some of the letters looks like a book, you know, like I go to a bookstore and buy a book. It's like shorter than a motivation letter. So try to focus on your motivation letter, or like on your mission, or on your why, your value, what kind of project you would like to work with, what is the value that you're gonna add to this company, you know? I know like you're looking for so many jobs. I mean, you're applying for so many different jobs, and you cannot really have the same motivation letter. I know it's gonna take time to change, but some part of the motivation letter is fixed, like is you as a person, where you study, and so on. But the other part, like what is the value that you're gonna add to this specific company, you need to change this. You cannot send the same value for all the companies, because different companies have different focus. I remember my first job, their focus was on social sustainability, all in. And what I needed to do is like I read on the homepage, and I figure out that this is what they focus on, and this was actually matching with what I focus on or what I would love to work with. So I basically wrote it, like I put it on my motivation letter. I said that if I will get a job, I will develop this method, I will work on this project, or I will contribute to your mission and be part of the team. So always talk about the value that you create. I see many times we write like, I study this, I do this, I know this. It's fine. This is very fine, but try to rephrase it in a way that like the software you learn, what kind of value it brings to the company. I will take an example. Like instead of writing, I know how to use GIS, you know, like the geographical information. Instead of this, talk about the value that your GIS skills will bring to the company. Like maybe I will help to produce, I don't know, maps with data, So talk more about the value. So now we talked about LinkedIn, we talked about your motivation letter, and networking by LinkedIn, especially now, like when it's COVID. People like on the digital world, they are there, but also they are like willing to meet young people that are really hungry to get a job. Because this is the thing, this is what makes you special, you know? All the other students, all the other people, they're not like, they have a LinkedIn, but they're not really like brave to go out of their comfort zone and reach out to people and ask, hey, can we have a coffee digitally? Can I take 15 minutes of your valuable time to get some advices? I want to talk about this. When the professionals see like young people doing this, they'll be like, wow, this is amazing. Of course I will help you. Of course you can take 15 minutes of my time. I will give you an advice. So don't be afraid. Just reach out to people, write them. Listen, like my dad told me this. If you don't reach out to people and ask, then you have 100% of getting no. If you write a person and reach out, then you have 50-50. 50% you will get a no if that person not answering you or answering you and say no. And you have 50% of this person's telling you, yes, let's talk. So always try your best. Like this extra mile, you need to take it. Otherwise, like, you know, if you stay in your comfort zone, then like, I don't think really it will be very easy for you to find a job, especially now during the pandemic. So you need like to fight, you need like to be active, you need to be social and network online. So far, like, because the world is more digitally now. And yes, like when you reach out to people and maybe if they tell you no, ask them like, can you please write me a name of a person I can talk to? So you have one more chance, you know? Because many times the people that you write to, they tell you, unfortunately, no, I cannot really help you. And that's it, you know? But what you can do, you can just say, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can you please give me a name of a person that I can write to? And so on, you know? And you talk then to the new person. And if this new person tell you no, you go to other person and so on until you find something. You need really to fight for this. You need to show your interest, because if you don't show interest in finding a job, I don't think the other companies will show interest in taking you as an employee. So you should start first. You should care about yourself first. You should care about your future first in order for the others to see you and say, okay, this person cares actually. And this person has a mission. This person is active and creative. This is a very interesting person and maybe will be a great team player in our team. So this is about LinkedIn. And about finding a job, you need to put, like finding an 8 hours job. For me, you need to spend minimum every day 8 hours looking for a job in order to get a full-time paid job. So don't, I have many friends. I was like this, 2 hours per day during this summer holiday. I was like going around the homepages, emailing info@studio.com and not getting an answer. And I was complaining to my dad and said, nobody wants me. I will never find a job. I need to change country. I was complaining. But if you look at the reality, I was just like active a kind of 2 hours looking for a job. And during these 2 hours, I was on Instagram and, surfing on, Google, watching YouTube. It was not really 2 hours. So my advice to you, you need to spend 8 hours in order to find an 8 hours job, full time. Do whatever it takes. You have to, because there are two scenarios. Either you work hard and find a job, either you chill and you will not find a job. And you will struggle with the other one. So I will recommend you. You have been studying, you're fighting it. I know it was very tough. Congratulations, well done. You made it actually. You survived, with all the deadlines, the exams, everything happened, especially now during the COVID, the digital lectures. And I know it's very boring. The team working digitally is super boring. We're not used to. But you're almost there. It's like very, very few steps. And then you have your job, maybe your dream job already from the beginning, So it's just about you putting the hours every day in a serious way, learning LinkedIn, networking, reading about companies, because before you get your job is to find a job. So look at it as a job, because that's also, you prepare yourself, like you have a routine, you prepare yourself in a really good way. When you get the job, you're like already on this routine, like, you know the market, you read about many companies, who's like the leading architects, who are the planners, what's going on. So when you do the interviews, everything you did will pays off. When you sit on the interviews, what are the cool projects, what are the other projects that turn down because of the budget, the 15-minute city, why and who did it. This is, everything you do is for you. If you really work hard, everything will pays off. And remember, play hard, work hard. So if you chill and not really being proactive, you will do it later. You have to do it. You have to work hard to find a job. So I recommend you, this is based on my own experience, work hard, because you already been hardworking all the time, during your education. Just continue, and take it in a serious way. Be professional, and then you will get your job, and then you will really enjoy it. So please keep fighting, because you're almost there. And I know many of you emailing me, texting me. I can tell you now, I'm very honest with you. I cannot really give you a job. What I can do, I can direct you, maybe talk with this person, check this company, and so on. But what I do before I answer you, I look at your LinkedIn profile. Because when I want to send you to someone, I want to send a really creative and proactive people. So if I look at your LinkedIn profile and your LinkedIn profile is not really well fixed or look professional, I will think twice before I recommend you to somebody. Because first of all, I don't really in touch with you maybe, or maybe even if I am in touch with you, I didn't work with you, so I cannot really recommend you. But what I can do, I can recommend you and say, okay, this student reached out to me, great profile, seems very serious. It's maybe this student can be part of your company, and the other person will reply and take contact with you. So please help yourself and help the others and make it easy for them to understand who you are and what you want and what are your skills and what are your values. So then it will be easy for you to join the company and to get a job. So again, hardworking. And every single minute you hard work, it will pay off. So this was like the first part of this episode is like directed to you if you're looking for a job or you're newly graduated. Focus. Exactly as how you did in your education. I hope so. So it's not impossible. It's very possible. And this is based again on my own experience. I don't know how the others got their job, and I would be happy to listen to them. And you also try to ask different people so you get different points of view, and then you can like have different ways to find a job. But what I can tell you from my own experience, emailing info@something.com will never help. The only way is to reach out, emailing like everybody, and tell them, hey, I'm here. I would love to be part of your company. Can we talk? Very simple, very basic. And also like don't email 10 companies. Don't email 20, 30, 50, 100, email thousands because 10 companies is nothing of the market, And really as a newly graduated, it's very tough that you be selective. I know, like, I wish that we could choose companies, but sometimes it's not working, Sometimes you have to start somewhere and work until like you have experience, and then you go to your dream company. Maybe you like your work, like as how I did. I had I was thinking I would love to start at Gale company, Gale Architects, because as you know, my young Gale is my the god, the ideal. I was dreaming to start there, but unfortunately, like I emailed thousands of times, I didn't get that. And I'd be like, okay, fine, I will start to work in this company. And I actually start to work in X company and E company, Y company, and I enjoyed it. So try to start, you need to start, and then your career, you work on your career, and it will take you to maybe dream company or so on. So all companies will give you an interesting experience. You will learn, you will be part of the market. Then it will be easier for you if you want to change your job or you want to stay, and so on. And now the second part of this episode will not be too much, but I will direct it to the professionals like me, my colleagues, the people who are like having a job. We should really be helpful in this time and in every time, but especially this time when it's pandemic. Students are graduating, and at least what we can do is to help them, to direct them. So if you get an email, if you get a message on LinkedIn or like somewhere else, please don't just skip reading it. Don't delete it. Please, please, please. Be friendly, be helpful. Try to read it. Answer the student. And also, if you cannot offer something, at least give an advice. Because this is what we can do, like the minimum what we can do. If we say that we architects, planners are creative and want to change the world, it's like sorry for this, but it's really bullshit if we don't help others. Because changing the world and creating a future, making a better world is not about doing a project and working with colors and materials and so on. It's about helping the others as well. And you know more than me. So try to answer. If you don't have something to offer, give an advice, direct this person to other people. Like just try to be helpful and suggest name. Maybe you contact, let's say, Sarah, or maybe contact Adam. He's working there as an architect. Talk with him. Maybe he has something for you. So this is first, or the minimum thing we can do. Like just reply, just a few words. And then try to be creative to take in some like interns. I don't know about like how much you're gonna pay them and so on. It's up to your company, because every company has a specific system. But try like to be extra active, especially nowadays when it's a pandemic. Like in AFRI, what we did now is like we have the Roki program, and we just try to maximize the number of newly graduated students getting a job. So like we say, okay, we take in so many people, so we give more jobs to the newly graduated students. I know like many people apply for these positions, but unfortunately we have to choose like a very, very limited number of students. But like try to create these kinds of programs like internships, full-time paid job, or like half-time paid job. I don't know, but like something, we need to do something in order to keep this moving until we're done with the pandemic. We're back to the new normal or the normal, I don't know. But until the market will get up and like get fresh again. So this is what we can do, like actually offer the help and try to be creative. I don't have much more things to say, and just what I wanted to say, I want to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being part of this podcast. It's all about you. If you're not listening, this podcast is nothing. So it's you who are making this podcast great and successful. And please get yourself on LinkedIn, be active, proactive, creative, because the future waiting for you. And it's all about you. It's all about you creating the future by yourself. Don't wait for somebody to create your future. It's yours. That's it. Thank you so much again for listening. I'm very happy. Please, again, if you're on iOS, scroll down, give us 5-star. If you're like listening from Apple Podcasts or iTunes, write something interesting about this podcast so other people can see it and listen to it. And I'm very happy to connect with you. Please follow me on LinkedIn, write me, Instagram. If you're there, just be there, follow us, and watch the stories as well. Clubhouse, not everybody has Clubhouse, but soon I checked on Google Play. Soon it's coming to Android as well, which is really nice. Then we have more possibilities to talk, all of us, about interesting topics. And I wish you a good luck. And I'm 100% sure you will find a job. I know it's very tough time. Now it's summer. Companies like will shut down and not really read emails and so on. But don't lose hope. If you graduated now, congratulations. Well done. Really well done. Like especially like during this year. It's amazing. I know it's a bit sad because you will not like have this big party getting your diploma and the big ceremony. But sure, after the pandemic, you will have the chance to do it. I'm 100% sure. So like just keep fighting, keep working hard. You will find your job. Never lose hope. Never ever, never ever, because you're creative and you will change this world and make it better.
Well, thank you so much for listening to Urbanistica podcast. I hope you really enjoyed this episode. You learned something new and also got inspired by the guest. Don't forget to share the episode on your social media and recommend it to people you think they are really interested in this topic. Thank you so much again for giving your valuable time to Urbanistica podcast. I am Mustafa Sherif. Keep up the good work. Keep loving cities.